This is a story about blood. Well, not exactly. It's a story about a city with millions of miles of underground pipes carrying everything its residents need to survive. And on one very bad day, one of those pipes breaks. Deep beneath a busy city street, a water main gives way. The pipe splits open, and water comes flooding up through the cracked asphalt. The underground infrastructure is exposed, raw edges, open ground, and the clock is ticking, because if someone doesn't stop the flooding, the whole block goes down. Luckily, the city has eyes everywhere. Nearby residents, small, round little guys in yellow hard hats and safety vests, spot the flood immediately. These are the platelets. They don't wait for orders. They grab sandbags and start stacking. One of them blows a whistle, and more come running from every side street in the neighborhood. They pile up around the break, shoulder to shoulder, bag after bag. It's organized chaos, but it works. The flooding slows. The temporary dam is holding. For now. But sandbags won't fix a busted pipe. The broken main itself triggers an emergency call. Tissue factor, the city's built-in alarm. A signal goes straight to dispatch, and within moments, a single, fast-moving plumber on a motorcycle with flashing lights is racing toward the scene. His jumpsuit reads, Factor 7A. He's the Rapid Response Unit. First professional on site, and he's fast. Meanwhile, on the other side of town, the flooding has triggered the construction company's automated alert system. Inside the office, phones start ringing in sequence. The office manager, Factor 12, picks up the red phone. He calls the site lead, Factor 11A, who calls the equipment operator, Factor 9A. And out in the parking lot, a massive yellow excavator, labeled Factor 8A, rumbles to life. The full crew is mobilizing. They're slower than the motorcycle plumber, but they're bringing serious firepower. Now here's where it gets good. Both roads lead to the same intersection. From the left, the motorcycle plumber arrives. From the right, a convoy of heavy construction vehicles rolls in. And standing right there at the center of the intersection is the foreman. Factor 10A, confident, calm, clipboard-carrying assistant by his side. That's Factor 5A. Together, they set up the command post. A banner goes up that reads, Prothrombinase Headquarters. The two crews shake hands. The real work is about to begin. The foreman hands a glowing golden work order to the one man who can actually get this done. The general contractor. Thrombin, red hard hat, tool belt loaded, and a grin that says, I was born for this. He reads the order, looks at the damage, and turns to his fleet of trucks. Flatbeds loaded with steel rebar, cement mixers idling and ready. He gives the signal. Let's build. Workers pour onto the site. They start laying steel rebar in a dense, cross-hatched grid right over the rupture. These are fibrin monomers, the raw building material of a permanent repair. But rebar alone isn't strong enough. Right behind them come the welders. Factor 13A, torches blazing, sparks flying, fusing every single joint. And the original sandbags, the little platelet guys in their yellow vests, they get woven right into the structure, locked in, reinforced. What started as a pile of sandbags is now a rigid, permanent, industrial-strength mesh. But Thrombin isn't just building. He's recruiting. He picks up 3 phones at the same time. One call goes to the construction company office. Send more crews. That activates Factor 11. Another call goes to the equipment depot. Start up every excavator you've got. That activates Factor 8. And the third call? Right back to his own assistant, Factor 5. Double the supply orders. What started as a small response is now an avalanche. More trucks, More workers, more rebar. The repair grows exponentially. This is positive feedback. Now, you can't just let a construction crew take over the whole city. At some point, someone has to say, that's enough, and that someone is the city inspectors. Three stern figures in blue uniforms arrive at the scene. The big one, Anti-Thrombin, walks straight up to Thrombin and the foreman and physically escorts them off the job site. Two smaller inspectors, Protein C and Protein S, shut down the assistant and power off the excavator with official notices. And in the background, another inspector, TFPI, taps the motorcycle plumber on the shoulder and says, "Your shift's over, buddy. The build is controlled. The street is saved, not buried." Days pass. Underneath the rebar and sandbags, the real pipe has been repaired. Fresh asphalt, good as new. Which means the temporary structure up top, it's got to go. A character named TPA walks onto the scene, holding an official demolition permit. Behind him, a burly operator named Plasmin fires up a jackhammer. Chunk by chunk, the fibrin mesh breaks apart. Fragments get carted away. Traffic cones come down. Cars start moving again. The street reopens. And just like that, the city goes back to normal. That is the Clotting Cascade, a beautifully choreographed emergency response from the first sandbag to the last piece of rebar to the inspector who knows when to say stop. Every player has a role. Every signal matters. And when the system works, you never even notice it happened.